The clock, its beginnings and its evolution. If clock hadn't been created, mankind wouldn't know like it is today. For the purpose of knowing the evolution and improvement of clock, I'm going to show briefly the main changes into its history. The obelisk, dated of 2500 before Christ, was a huge Egyptian monument with the shape of pillar, and using and interpreting the movements of its shadow, they were able to measure time from the break of dawn to the setting of the sun. The clepsydra, developed in 1530 before Christ, was the first flow method. Developed by Egyptians, was a kind of ceramic vessel filled up with water and with a hole in its bottom. Letting water out and reading its measurement, they were able to measure time at nights. The gnomon. The gnomon was introduced by Anaximander in Greece, but the oldest was discovered in Egypt in 1500 before Christ. Consists of an inverted stick in a grid and using the same principle like the obelisk. It was the first movable device to measure time with sunlight. The solar quadrant, developed in Greece by the 5th century before Christ, used the same system like gnomon, but it was improved with the compass help. The watch of wax was developed in the Middle Age for religious services. In 1506 was used a kind of candle with measurements, and when the wax was melting, they were able to measure time. The wax of sand, developed in 1338, was the second flow method. Used the same principle like the clepsydra, but in this case with sand like main material. However, mankind needed to divide time into exact fractions with constant rhythm, so need of accuracy made mankind develop mechanical watch. The mechanical watch was developed in 1500 by Arabs and Byzantines, using the spring like main part. The pendulum clock, created in 1641 by Galileo Galilei, it was inspired by isotronic movement. Later his model was improved. The pocket watch. The pocket watch was developed in 1675 by Juan Cristiano Huygens, who was a Dutch physician. It was the result of many previous mechanical systems. Stopwatch. By the early 20th century, Louis Berthoud, a Swiss watchmaker, had invented stopwatch. The wristwatch, developed in the 19th century by Patek Philippe, was created. However, Louis Cartier didn't know that Patek Philippe created the first, so in 1904, Cartier created his own model for an aviator called Santos Dumont. Finally, the atomic clock was created in 1948 by Willard Frank Levy. Based on atomic and molecular magnetic resonance, is the most exact clock worldwide, with a margin of error of just 1 second every 30 millions of years.